All right, guys, we are back for another Dokkan Battle video. So it's very funny. I had intended to drop this video yesterday, but I actually could not muster the energy within myself, and I fell asleep. I had intended to upload this video yesterday at 6 p.m. So 12 hours later, I'm recording it. Yep, funny how that works. So we had our big drop yesterday. There's actually so much to go over between this metal cooler and Turles drop. There's just missions, events, tickets. There's a lot that they put in here. We're probably still have. I am not super sure when the next stuff we'll get is. Probably the 16th or 17th for physical Turles EZA, but we'll see. So I got a nice use of LR Turles in here, right? Turles, metal cooler, and this whole setup, they are utterly ridiculous. It's actually, to me, let me just get to like where Turles is doing stuff. I was actually like really impressed with Turles. Like he's just as good sort of as I'm thinking, right? Turles is kind of like a real demon. He will be able to just completely blow these bosses back. Again, we have Metal Cooler there, Terrifying Conquer set up. Like we're looking good. But should you summon for Turles? I would say no. Just getting that out quick towards the start of the video. I don't think you should summon for Turles. The one thing that's really good though is that we have gone back to kind of like the regular like structure of Dokkan content as long as they've been doing it, which is where they will drop an event. So we got the Supreme Innocent Battle Ari, Tree of Might. Now remember, I think that the point of them being called Ari is because they were meant to be limited time events. But I do personally believe from feedback, Dokkan has stopped that. So I'm on the lookout for them to get back to the daily limits for the stage, which I'll take 100 times over the events going away. But the point is that right here, so we have to beat the Kid Gohan fight with 6 Terrifying Conqueror characters. I've heard that is a very annoying fight. I've seen many people talk about it. I haven't quite hopped into it yet, but I'm going to do it in a bit. That Kid Gohan fight with the 6 Terrifying Conqueror characters, and then we have the Goku fight with 6 movie bosses characters. Those certainly could be difficult for players, but here's the thing. These are around forever, right? Remember, like, the thing with these missions is you don't need to clear it second one, right? Or stress yourself out or something over it. With Turles, I mean, you know, he will obliterate these fights, but obviously not everyone's going to have Turles. But you'll be able to get them in the future. You'll be able to get Metal Cooler in the future, right? You'll be able to get copies of, you know, Physical Final Form Cooler in the future. These types of characters. He's a little overhated, that Super EZA Cooler, because very clearly, when they settled on how good he would be, it was with Turles' support up clearly in mind. That's what they were thinking. So you don't need to just be like, oh my god, like Turles is so good, like I have to summon for him. I like his leader skill. Not that these are like, oh my god, like must run categories, but more so they're doing the thing where categories that are sitting here for years and not really getting like a new leader is getting a new leader, because there's always going to be missions for all types of categories in the future, and it's like, you know, we would want to use something a little bit more modern in terms of a leader rather than, you know, AGL Bardock or something like that for low class, which like that is true, right? He was the last lead. Yeah, AGL Bardock is the last lead we're looking at right there, right? This is good though, because like this little slider being active, because it does just show like the actual legit leaders. Although Fasha is not a character that I would run as a leader. We've only really got these two, right? So Turles being here, definitely a good thing for sure. Now remember, this guy's gonna be a demon, but in terms of setups right now, I mean, I would say it's mostly just Metal Cooler's team. Beerus is really good in that he doesn't really have category restrictions for his allies, right? So we can run Beerus and Turles together. That's not really going to be an issue. Unfortunately, though, this very powerful planetary destruction support right here you have to be a Realm of God ally first in order to get access to that. So it's like we do have some planetary destruction stuff in there, but it's not stuff that Turles is going to be able to get to. So I mean, I guess we could like run a Beerus team with Turles on it, but I, you know, because Beerus is not a big bad boss's character. Thirst for conquest, brutal beatdown. These types of very powerful links right here. These are links for uh, Garlic Jr., Cooler, Bojack, Lord Slug, right? Like those are the ones. Janemba, who are going to have like these types of link sets, right? These are the characters. So I do think you can kind of skip this guy. And here's the other thing too. You look at the rest of this banner. Now, I've seen players talking about liking Baby Gohan and Goten, and I do understand why they would say that, right? Because, I mean, this is one of those heavy dodging characters. But to me, this character, I don't really like the way they work as much as, say, like, Shen or Whis. Because for this character, like, they do specifically have to get targeted to build those stats up, which is important. And then we have these dodges right here, which only last for a couple of turns. Like, if this wasn't limited the way it was, I'd probably like them a lot better. But, like, we could compare this character to Shen or Whis, and it's just like, whereas Shen and Whis are just kind of have this ridiculous dodge chance the whole time, this character is going to, like, their dodge is going to slowly fade. And a lot of these RE fights do tend to go on for a long time. I don't think that the Kid Gohan and Goku ones are not, but we've had like long, like 10 turn plus fights, right? Which makes sense, designed for the Super Saiyan Force, in Super Saiyan Force. We're about to move into TDC / Tanabata. I do think there's a good chance we could see kind of like power creep jump, right? But all this to say, I'm not the biggest fan of this character. Although, keep in mind, you do have the active, which will give you the guaranteed dodge, but they have to get targeted once. I don't know. This character, the good news is that Crota Body and Mind is much stronger than it used to be, right? So it's like previously, it's like I felt like I had to run Baby with them. But now, remember this category, Crota Body and Mind, we have many very good characters on here. Things like LR Majin Vegeta, Deborah, right? Metal Cooler Army is on there. There's a lot of good characters for Crota Body and Mind, for sure. But I'm not a fan of this character. I never use him. I'm the dodge guy, but I never use them. So look at their 220s. It's just Deborah and Baby. I kind of have grown to hate Baby. It's just, I feel like Baby's restrictions are pretty tight, is kind of what the issue is. It's this right here. I feel like this is tight as hell. Maybe we could do a video on Baby. Just giving him and Baby Gohan and Goten another look, but not the biggest fan. AGL Golden Frieza. I mean, if the fight is only going to be, 4 turns, 5 turns, AGL Golden Frieza should still be pretty good. But if it's something that's going to go on longer, he's not going to be so good. So keep that in mind. Right now, I love Metal Cooler Army. I think this character's impact is just too much. But they do have a flaw, which is this, right? So Golden Frieza could be useful to hit this. Every time I try and fool around and just go, so you get 5 buffs of this basically, right? Every time I've tried to just do 4, this character gets killed, right? So I need to stop doing that, but because yesterday in the Turles video, I was just trying to kind of like focus on Turles, and we just had 4 characters, and Metal Cooler got caught. So that will kind of help like this guy, because he's one of these characters, these movie bosses, terrifying conqueror characters for Metal Cooler's condition, but it's just not good enough. And then you get to the rest of these characters. I mean, these two I do think will EZA next week, along with Physical Turles. One of the main reasons I think that is because this guy has this. It makes no sense why they gave him the Team Turles link. If you look at this, why would they do this? They took away Prepared for Battle to do this. And Prepared for Battle on Turles was important, by the way, because we just click. Well, actually, no, let's just click Prepare for Battle. Well, no, but he doesn't have it. So let's just go here. on Space Traveling Warriors, right? Like Vegeta and Nappa have got prepare for battle. Like a bunch of these Saiyans have got prepare for battle. Space Traveling Warrior characters that we probably would be running with Turles. So that does kind of suck right there. So we have the two of them, right? We'll see how good they'll be. But they might be very reliant on some of the Turleses. Maybe. This guy is per Space Traveling Warrior category ally. So you wouldn't synergize with a Goma. That would be the big one on the team. What about Abandon Raisin? Oh wow, they just got this. We'll see though. Them needing to be in slot 1. I mean, it's good if they're going to be ridiculously powerful defensively, but you know, it could end up going bad because we have characters like Goma, Deborah, Metal Cooler, and LR Turles who could hold down slot 1. Metal Cooler and Goma and Deborah in particular need to get targeted, right? So we'll see what that. These guys suck besides Dokkan Frontier. In Namek Saga Dokkan Frontier, they do just destroy, right? When I like look at most other people playing Dokkan Frontier, they just load in with the Ginyu Force and just slice and dice with the Ginyu Force. But besides Frontier, they aren't really that useful. They literally put AGL Beerus and AGL Champa, it feels like, on every fucking banner. Can we click this? So they're on Turles' banner, UI Goku Evolution Blue Vegeta, and Blue Goku's. Okay, I guess it's not that much. So they've been on 3 new unit banners as AGL Champa. I was gonna say, it feels like I've seen him featured a lot, considering he's just a ban unit. He's okay, but I mean the problem is that he's just like these Realm of God, like Realm of Gods is one of the most stacked teams. So Champa doesn't really have a place. He's like the 10th option or lower on Realm of Gods, right? And then AGL Beerus, I mean, this guy's fodder at this point. He's just fodder. Maybe you could do a little festival shit with him or something, but I mean, I don't think so. And then this guy back here, also just fodder. Yep, fodder. Very good when he first came out during the 9th anniversary, but at this point, he's mostly just a fodder character. So all that to say, guys, I would not recommend summoning on this, no. And we're not worried about, oh my god, there's limited time content, and I need to get the character to do the missions. There's nothing like that here. So, summon for Turles if you really want. He is super good. But, I mean, if you don't pull Turles and you get one of the other featured characters, there's, like, no value here. That's the problem. You really, if you're, saving these hard-earned stones, you really want to use them on banners where you could have a chance to get the new great character, but then if you don't hit that, you at least hit one of the other really good secondary characters there. This banner has got, like, I would say there's, I hesitate to call Champa, Golden Frieza, or Gohan and Goten elite. Elite? Like, the only elite character here is Turles. Maybe these two will be. I mean, these two are again in Frontier, but you guys get the point. So, skip. Skip for sure.